I went to Wake Forest. First year that I went there, the tuition was $7,500 a year.
Wow.
Now it's north of $50,000 a year. Tuition and required fees is more than $52,000. Is the education that much better? No.
Yeah. Is it worth
No.
it? Yeah, and that's a fair question to start asking with all of these costs. Is it worth it?
Did they help me get a job? No. I was running a cash register in a restaurant after I graduated from Wake. They didn't give me not even a pinky. Forget about a helping hand.
Could you have gotten, though, I mean, with that education, could you have done as well without it?
I could have gotten into, well, you know what? I think the sad thing is people think they just need a degree. They need to get a degree from somewhere. I went to an okay school. I wish I'd gone to a better one. It would have been worth the money. Anyway.
Chris, this is the conversation happening because of the cost. You have to question, is it worth it?
What you really do, and you have to step back and look and think, is it a wise decision based on the career path that I want to go? I know lots of people that are making six-figure incomes that did not go to college. So it really boils down to having a plan. Too many young people are going to college and to grad school just to avoid going into the real world. We have to help them start to understand the steps that are required. It's about relationships, it's about networking, but also your knowledge. We can make better choices with wiser money decisions when we understand the cost of it. I'm saddened to see young people graduate with six-figure debts that are almost like a mortgage.
And
it starts them off in the hole. Yeah, it really does.
And not understanding what that does to you long term. Chris, thank you so much. As always, great insights from you, Chris Hogan.
So yeah, man, that's something I know people like to rip on millennials and younger people, but I mean, come on, she got to go to Wake Forest, that Bitcoin troll lady, and her name was on there. She went to Wake Forest when it was $7.5 grand, and now it's $50,000 a year or whatever it is. But I mean, that's the problem. Is a lot of these very established people with their great careers are like, oh yeah, college is great. But yeah, it was great when you had a bunch of great jobs in the U.S. that gave you all this stability, and you obviously needed the network and the degree. But I mean, that's all gone. All the new jobs in the U.S. are like Uber and gig jobs that don't even require education. And like I said, it went from $7 grand to $50 grand. So I'm telling you right now, man, education is a huge hustle. I know that half my audience is outside of the U.S. and a lot of people in other foreign countries have free education, like Germany. So if you're an American, maybe you should go study abroad in Germany and get 0 student loans. Just go live out in Germany. But it's a huge problem, and I highly recommend anyone that's following this channel do be very, very careful on the money you spend on education, because the best education you can get is free education. And thank God for the internet. There's plenty of YouTube channels, plenty of great content. And I will state this again, I paid $120,000 for my master's in business administration at the University of Southern California, which they actually ripped on and said it was overpriced. But if you go through my channel, I have videos from Scott Holloway, or whatever his name is. He's an NYU professor for the NYU Business School. And if you watch those videos that I've shared, and he has his own YouTube channel, it's better than 95% of my classes that I went to USC and I paid 120 grand. So the lesson here is that you can find plenty of free education, and then take all that money that you were supposed to spend on education, invest it, or start a business, or do something else with it. And even if you lose the money, you're still up, because that's a better experience than going to some BS overpriced school, opening up a textbook and pretending that you're learning stuff. Because I'll be 100% honest, I have a undergrad degree, a master's degree. I graduated the University of Irvine with a 3.92 GPA, summa cum laude. Like, I have always had superior grades, and I'm telling you right now, I don't remember anything. It was the giant hustle. I could just memorize stuff really good, repeat it back like a robot, which is completely worthless now because we have Google anyway. So even what you're being taught is kind of not the right way, because technology has changed. We don't have encyclopedias anymore. Your phone is a gazillion times better. So just be careful, man. Like I said, our world is changing. Things are becoming automated, and a stable job is not the future. Getting in debt is very, very common. So I think what you need to do, and leave your comments and your opinions on this, but your money should be going towards investing and learning how to invest. And it doesn't have to be crypto, it doesn't have to be stocks, it doesn't have to be real estate. You could do business. Businesses are a great way, but that's where your money should be going. If you're going to get a piece of paper, get it as cheap as possible. Make sure you do your internship and you get some sort of job lined up. And even when you get your job, immediately take all that money, and hopefully you didn't rack up any student debt, and start investing the money that you make on the side to create some sort of passive income. And if it's already too late and you unfortunately spent too much money on student loans and you've already racked up a bunch of debt, buy as much crypto as you can, move it to KuCoin or Binance, and file bankruptcy. Do not pay back your debt. Screw them. I highly recommend, if there's a way for you to just BK out of it and be able to move all your assets into crypto, wait 7 years, you'll get your credit back. And don't give them a dime, because it's a great hustle, and I would completely fight against it. If you looked at this earlier video, they were like, oh yeah, just become a serf, just basically eat top ramen for the rest of your life and just slowly pay off your loan. No, screw that. If you already racked up 100 grand, give them a big middle finger, buy crypto, figure out how to move it around where they can't get it, and go get a bankruptcy attorney and bankrupt out of your debt as soon as you can, or figure out a way to do it. But anyways, let me know what you guys think, and I will talk to you guys soon.